I just feel like we're kind of having like a reawakening on who we are as individuals. And they may not align as far as a relationship, a marriage is concerned. And like, I know it's supposed to be like, I'm supposed to take responsibility for the things that I'm doing wrong. But like, my thing is like, it's her. I just feel like she's never happy. Like, it's always something with her.
Lauren is the breadwinner in our family. In the very beginning, it was like I was her assistant because I didn't have, like, I was figuring my shit out job-wise.
It's not like we had a conversation and I'm like, you're my assistant.
No, I didn't say that. But that's how you treated me.
But since you're not the one making money, then
I should
do
be
other
doing
things. You should help.
It was expected that like I was gonna get up every morning before her and make the coffee and give it to her. And when she came home from work, I was gonna have dinner on the table and like I was gonna do all the laundry and like that I was gonna be there to do everything.
I don't think that's totally true. I think there was a bit of like I'm trying to help us survive and like
By
get this
making
new
money.
job and make money, and I needed help. We have struggled with this. I felt to an extent that, yes, if someone's going to sacrifice some time, it makes sense for the person who's not earning close to as much, like not even close to as, like, who's not, in the grand scheme of things, wasn't keeping us afloat even in the slightest, that made sense.
Well, there's not, I mean, you didn't invent that paradigm, right? That
Right.
money equals power and
No.
money equals some privilege in the relationship.
And it is
So-
something that we have talked through, and I have worked on, and it has been
Yeah.
very, very, very hard to switch that mindset. In the past, I would say entitlement, yes. Today, I just feel like it kind of comes from a place of I don't know how to keep up. I'm nervous when there's dishes around.
Because you don't want to do them. Can I ask a question?
I mean, like, it's not because I don't want to do them. I don't mind doing the dishes. I just don't have that much time that often, and I don't know.
And maybe you don't feel like it's your job because you're more of the breadwinner?
Ding, ding, ding. If we're working, let me ask you this. If you and I are both working the same amount of hours, whose responsibility is it to clean the house and to make sure shit gets done?
Ideally, we should both split it.
When does that happen?
Well, can I
Not that
just
often.
ask? I know it's not a PC question to ask, but, and does it matter how much money each person is bringing?
I think in my gut, I feel like, yeah, it.
I don't know. She gets mad all the time. She's always mad at something. She's always yelling at something.
You know, anger is rarely a primary emotion, right? Usually anger is like some kind of defense against something else. Feeling humiliated, feeling sad, feeling hurt. You know, people don't like to feel vulnerable, so they put up anger. So your way of avoiding the fighting is to try to minimize interaction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like you could be offering more and you're withholding maybe because you're resentful or...
Yeah.
So what if when you want to withdraw and minimize interaction, go towards? You hear what Elaine wants from you, right? She wants to spend time with you. Yes.
Yes.
You're laughing because?
I feel like I will do that, right? And I'll do that for 6 days out of the week. That seventh day, if she wants me to do something and I don't want to do it or I can't do it, it's all for naught. And it's just
Okay,
like, you
we
don't
have to deal with that, and I will help the two of you deal with
I
that.
don't feel like I want to deal with that anymore.
Oh, what? I'm here. You can't. That's not. No. No, we're working.
All right.
No out.
Okay.
Stay in. What are you thinking? How are you feeling?
I'm raging.
You're raging, you look sad.
Yeah, that too.
So, what are you sad about?
I'm just tired of feeling like this. And then to hear him say that he's punishing me, like, WTF, right? Like, what?
Oh, I put that word in his mouth.
But I heard it even before you said it, because it's like what you said. Not rewarding is punishing.
Right, but you're taking that to mean that he's punishing
Trying
you.
to hurt you. I'm not,
But what else do
hold
you
on.
think it means?
No, but
not
you're
trying to
taking
hurt
it
you.
to mean that you're being punished for wanting Deshaun's company, right?
No, I just feel like I'm trying to force a situation that he doesn't want. He clearly said it.
Wait, you're hearing something that I didn't hear.
That's what I
Help
heard.
help me understand what you
He
heard.
doesn't want to put the work into that process, right? Like spending the time and going through through that for him is too much effort.
That's not what I heard.
That's what I heard.
No, what I heard is he wants to spend time with you. He wants to make the effort. He is extremely averse to conflict. Do you understand that?
There's no conflict.
Right, but what you have a high tolerance for conflict, energy, anger. Deshaun doesn't. From your point of view, the more you feel like there's anger or criticism coming your way, the more you retreat.
yes.
And you're saying if only my partner over there would stop being angry, I could give more.
Yeah.
I would want to please more.
Yes.
Elaine is saying, I want more connection. I want more simple togetherness, doing things together. The more you retreat, the more abandoned, alone, rejected Elaine feels. The more rejected Elaine feels, the more she'll go after you. Gives each of you a pretty clear idea of what you need to do to change that dynamic.
Okay.
He, in a beautiful way, wanted me to have a sexual confidence that he thought I deserved. And sometimes that looked in a way that I felt like was just perpetuating this like objectification and vulnerability, because he didn't want me just to wear like postage stamp size skirts at home. He wanted me to wear postage stamp size skirts to the grocery store or out for dinner. The farmer's market, right. And my grandmother's house. I mean,
But are you saying that you felt a certain kind of pressure?
yes, a ton of pressure
ton of
throughout our
pressure
marriage that I have,
That was supposedly on
Supposed-
your behalf,
supposedly and supposed to be on my behalf.
but actually your experience of it was
the
that
opposite.
it's okay.
So that's been insulting.
It's all internal. There's
Meaning,
Meaning it's all on me.
That's not what I mean. I mean, you're describing your feelings.
Whatever.
Sugar, I'm not
I
disagreeing
have
with
a
you.
picture. I have a picture. We
wait,
were
I didn't
at
hear.
my...
Are you disagreeing?
Yes.
First of all,
Yes, he is. He's saying that it's all in my head.
that's not what I'm saying.
I'm not sure.
That's
I'm
not
not
what
sure.
I'm saying, love.
I'm not sure.
Okay, what are you saying?
I'm saying there's nothing, right? I'm listening to you describe something. Right? That's what I'm doing. I mean, it's internal in the sense that the wellspring of information is coming out of you. There's not an external basis for me to have an opinion. I'm just listening to you describe your experience. That's it.
Okay. If we got way off the topic of how he feels when I feel upset, I think that this actually brings us right back there.
back.
Because we're talking about like how you make me feel and you go, that's in your head. Or,
Sure,
nah,
but-
you can't feel that way because I'm
not-
such a
you
good
know,
husband.
I think I would like to start from a place where we give Mao a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
I'm not sure I heard it that way, and I'd like to believe, I mean, I've seen you react empathically, and I'd like to believe that you've got that in you. So
Yeah, I'm not going to help you with that. I don't need to earn anything there. I have it. If you can't see it, like, fuck you. And like, if you're not being magnanimous. Like,
I'm
there-
not being magnanimous.
I
I'm
know you're
trying to
not,
stay
and I'm
true
telling
to
you
the
you're not.
truth.
Describe anything you want, but don't ascribe motivations to me. That's just unfair to me.
Okay, I won't.
I don't think it's in your head. You didn't make it up, babe. You're telling a story about something. I'm listening to you.
Okay.
That I can say a word, and you could take that word and imagine it. I've brewed some evil concoction. Like, fuck you. Like, stop. That's the problem. And you're right. This does exemplify it, but not in the way you imagine, in the way that I imagine. You keep telling the narrative as if I can't meet you where you're at. You're not meeting me where I'm at. All the time, recognizing the distance between us is the distance that I'm not moving. It's the distance between us. If you want to close that distance, start fucking walking toward me. Stop telling me you're over there and I need to just, like, get it because you've had bad experiences. Okay, me too. So I'm happy to patiently sit here and listen to everything. And I'm
But what
empathetic.
made
I'm
you-
empathetic all the fucking time. That's not a problem. You don't have a problem of a lack of empathy in your husband. That's not what you have. You feel like you're not getting something, you're getting it, and you feel like you're not getting it. But I can only give you it, right? If you don't accept it, it isn't something else. There's not something else, there's not a magic ingredient missing. The grass is not greener. I can't do it while tap dancing. And I bent myself into a pretzel to try to figure out whatever it is that you need and then be called all sorts of fucking names in the therapist's office because I protected you. That's it. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
I just want to check your. What angered you the most is the misread of you that Annie had right now.
It doesn't anger me the most. It's just the most disappointing. Like, I really still? And if you feel that way, babe, I love you. You should leave. You should not live your life in this level of consternation. And if I'm the cause of it, you shouldn't be near me. If there's something there, as horrible as it will be for me, you can't live your life this disabled.
How are you two? We left on an interesting note last week.
The last week has been like not so great.
Agreed.
Really didn't talk to each other much for 7 days.
Okay.
In the last week, I feel more further away from her.
But what's going on in your mind?
Just feel fed up and frustrated, and that I don't want to do this anymore. So I just feel like we're kind of having like a reawakening on who we are as individuals, and they may not align as far as a relationship, a marriage is concerned. And like, I know it's supposed to be like I'm supposed to take responsibility for the things that I'm doing wrong, but like my thing is like it's her. I just feel like she's never happy. Like it's always something with her.
But that's your summary in your mind of why you're done? Because she will never be happy?
In a nutshell, yeah.
Where are you?
I don't know if we mentioned this to you, but we had bought another car. It's a convertible. In the summertime, Alan started kind of bringing it up. Like, it would be a great chance for you and I to, like, make our first purchase together and kind of, like, start building on that. And long story short, he ended up buying the car on his own for himself and told me that it's for the both of us. Like, he just wanted to get it and get the paperwork done and this and that, but it was for the both of us. When Alan went away, he took the keys of the garage where we keep the car because he didn't want me to drive it. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's a repetitiveness of like saying one thing and doing the total opposite. And that's been like a recurring pattern in our marriage, in our relationship. Mm-hmm. So when he says to you that, oh, it's really about me not being happy, mm-hmm. There's really a root of those things. There's a reason for it. It's not because I'm crazy. Mm-hmm. It's because there's a foundation of that, like saying one thing and then doing another thing. Mm-hmm. And that's, in a nutshell, what it has been and how you are with me.
Right. Of course, you're not crazy. Neither of you are crazy. But you're each kind of entrenched in your own pattern. What do the two of you want to do with your relationship?
We know we're growing apart, mm-hmm. and like this was like a last effort mm-hmm. to try to figure things out, and mm-hmm. I just feel like maybe the more layers we pull back, the more I realize like it's just I don't even feel like I have the want to mm-hmm. pursue that anymore.
Yeah. It's a difficult moment of truth.
Yeah.
That you're both expressing. How much of this kind of, maybe it's time to separate, how much of that is true for you? Do you feel like you're 100% behind that?
Yes.
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 Mm-hmm. And you?
Yeah. I don't know what else to do. Like, I don't know if there's any cure for it because I just feel like there's an
disease.
Huh?
It's not a disease. Wanting to separate or reaching an end of a relationship is not a disease.
But how do you know? Like, are there telltale things that it's it? Is it based on every couple? Every couple's different. Like,
how do you know if this is an end that needs to happen as opposed to just running away from something? Is that what you're asking?
I think he's asking, how do you know this, like, whether these are signs of it being the end kind of thing?
Like, is there any, like, textbook signs that we're showing, like, yeah, maybe they should probably, like, throw in the towel?
You're asking me, do you look like a couple that's reached an end?
Or from what we've communicated to you, like, or do you just feel like we just stopped trying and we're not even trying anymore?
I'd have to spend a lot more time with you to really answer that fully, but it takes, first of all, a lot of love and want to change. And you also have to want it enough that you'd be willing to change something in yourself, something fundamental. And that's a very difficult thing to do. You have to really want the relationship and love your partner in a way that moves you to transcend yourself.